complicated to talk about Ethereum, the technology, blah, 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 blah. However, if you say, okay, just invest in this platform, it's easy in 2 clicks, and it's your exposition is gems or fixed income, T-bills, whatever, it's much more easy to understand for them. And in that way, you can bring them on chain.
Welcome, guys. Welcome on the new episode of the Libertum, the Future Podcaster. I'm here today with one of the CEO here. It's Pierre. Nice to see you and nice to meet you.
Hello, thank you for having me today.
Yeah, it's a really great pleasure also for us. Pierre is the CEO of Ledgity, a Web3 project, and today we'll deep dive into the Ledgity ecosystem and also with the collaboration with Libertum. That's something we are really curious about. So first of all, Pierre, tell us about more about you. So who is Pierre? Give us a quick break of it.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Pierre-Yves, I'm the founder and the CEO of Ledgity. I have a background in traditional finance, so I work since 2006 now, so a long time ago, in finance.
Yeah.
I started, my career just before the financial crisis of 2007 and 8. And during my career, I had different positions. I head of investment for private banks, multifamily offices. I managed up to 800 million in my career through client portfolio and investment funds. And I also set up asset management company in the past, regulated in France and Monaco. And I started to look at crypto and blockchain at the end of 2017. And very early, maybe 1 year after, I started to think about what we are calling now tokenization of assets. So it's not something new for us. It's something that we were working on since a while. Even, in 2020, I was selected by the Central Bank of Lithuania in a sandbox called LB Chain to work on a proof of concept of tokenization of share of investment funds, So, yeah.
Okay, so you are really navigated and a crypto G, we will say also.
Yeah, we can say that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's really cool because today we are always hearing about BlackRock and great investors that is moving to RWA. So you are into the niche from so many years. So
yeah, exactly. And even back, I remember in 2018 or 19. Some lawyer in France asked me, can you come just to explain us what is the concept,
yeah, sure.
About that, because I don't know if you remember, but I think it was in 2018 you had a project in US called Polymath about tokenization of it. Yeah, so yeah, it was a very interesting period, but it was too early. Now it's much more, established, let's say, in the market, and especially, as you said, with big players coming in this field like BlackRock and others.
Yeah, sure. And you have talked about, of course, the France. So my next question is, how is the Web3 space evolving in France, especially?
Yeah. I think, Web3 space in France is evolving rapidly. With very, let's say, highly active community and several very good French profile, leading major projects. Because if you look at like Ledger company is a French company.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but Sorar, it's also an NFT company with, a card for soccer player. It's also French company.
Yeah, for the blockchain tracking of the items. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. But also in big project like AV, Curve, you have in the core team some French, engineer or whatever. Morpholabs is also a French company. Usual, it's also a French company. So you have a lot of players in France, so that's why it's very active and very interesting. And we we almost know each other, because it's a small ecosystem, let's say.
Yeah, sure.
So it's very interesting. And on the other side, I think that the French regulatory body is also supporting, this innovation. I don't know. I don't say it's perfect, because it's never perfect. It's a tricky, when you talk about regulation and innovation.
Yeah, so
But I think it's favorable. Yeah.
the European Council is evolving, and so they are speeding up like the innovation. But of course, they want to regulate. That's the sentiment here in Europe. I am, of course, a European, so
Yeah, but I think if you want that DeFi, and the crypto evolve over time and become a big industry, you need to go through the regulation. Otherwise, it will only address a very niche of people, a few people, but it will never grow. So I think regulation, it's complicated, but it's necessary if you want that the DeFi scale on the long term. And in Europe, with the framework through MiCA, the regulation at the European level, I think it will help the industry to grow over time. So for all these reasons, I think French country is very interesting. Yeah.
also for giving the customers, the ending customer, the faith, and so the trust they are looking for,
Yes.
like in traditional finance, because we have seen it also with the ETF of Bitcoin. As
Yes.
soon as they have been regulated, so many funds and so many capitals flows in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also, I think the problem is that when a new investors come in crypto, uh, we still have too much scam. And if a
yeah,
new come through a scam and lose money, he will never come back, in
yeah. You
crypto.
get burned,
So
of
it's
course.
yeah, exactly. So it's a mess, for the industry. So I think for those reasons, regulation is at the end a good thing for
Yeah, sure.
for crypto industry. Yeah.
And so we are so curious about the Ledgity, of course. So I want to talk about Ledgity and what you're trying to build, and of course the partnership, so the collaboration with Libertum also. So tell us.
Yeah, for sure. So Ledgity, let's say it's an ecosystem, a financial infrastructure ecosystem, where we have a crypto wealth platform, which is the foundation for launching the first crypto digital private banks with a distribution network through independent financial advisors in Europe. So the product is already live and so on. And on the other side, we also have a yield protocol on stablecoin backed by RWA, by real world assets, which is for us an investment, opportunity to address and to propose to our users, because with the combining, the stability and the resilience we have in traditional, let's say, real world assets, with the innovation with blockchain technology, you can really, improve the investor experience and address a broader range of investors. So it's what we are doing, and I think that's why also we we did this collaboration with Libertum, because I think Libertum is in the same page like us, but with different aspect and skills like we don't have, for example, especially on gemstones. We do not have any skills on that, and yeah,
Physical matter. Yeah.
physical, yeah, exactly, physical. And um, this yield bearing stablecoin, I think it's since the beginning of this year, it's growing a lot. You have more and more project and more also, let's say, TVL or asset under management in this space. And the main purpose of this collaboration with Libertum, I think, it's to aim to accelerate this research and development in order to provide to user experience, enhance yield on stablecoin with more diversification and so on. And for us to integrate or to think to integrate, gems in this kind of products, it's very interesting, And through your partnership with the leading mining company,
Yep.
we have a lot of room, to innovate and to explore. Yeah.
So it will give the investor. It will give something like an exposition also on precious gems, and also on stable coins. So they will do a mix of the.
Exactly. What is interesting is to diversify, this collateral, because crypto is all about collateral. When you go lending and borrowing cross-border, it's collateral. A DEX,
Yeah.
you have liquidity, so it's kind of collateral. So I think right now, mainly in the market, you have T-bills. That's all. Only one exposure. And I think it's good, but you can also offer different or proposition to investors with collateral combining with fixed income, so yield bearing, and precious metal or other kind of things. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, sure. And this is for the customer, of course, because I've heard a bit, of course, about Ledgity in the previous weeks. And first of all, I really want to congratulate to all your
thank
team.
you.
That's really high tech and so good. But I've also seen that's not for customer and retailers only, because you have a part of the company for the professionist, right? So
Exactly.
it's like a more different.
Yeah, I mean, for our crypto wealth app, we rely on a distribution network through independent financial advisors. So it's mainly regulated, professional. And for us, it's just a channel of distribution, because this professional um, are looking, for new investment opportunity for their clients and so on. And I think DeFi and RWA can really mix both of the two worlds with a very simple access for clients without minimum of investment and so on. So you can really build additional benefits for the investors. So that's why it's a channel of distribution we are building right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an additional source of integration with the real world also. So
Exactly. And also, I think if you, for example, a traditional investor who do not know anything about crypto, wallet, whatever, uh,
90% of world, maybe maybe more.
exactly, 90% of the wealth, worldwide, yeah, it's complicated to talk about Ethereum, the technology, blah, 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 blah. However, if you say, okay, just invest in this platform, it's easy in 2 clicks, and it's your exposition is gems or fixed income, T-bills, whatever, it's much more easy to understand for them. And in that way, you can bring them on chain with this approach. So it's our vision, because most of the wealth in Europe and worldwide is off chain. is yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
90%, maybe 98%. Yeah,
Yeah, of course, I totally agree. And so they get the exposition and also the trust, and so
exactly.
always it's always a great way to operate, having the right certifications like you in the UA and the European
Yeah,
space.
because regulation, the only thing is most of the time about anti-money laundering. That's all. So most of the time.
Yeah,
So you need to implement, a strict process to avoid that kind of
yeah,
of
that's something
users.
they're really worried about in the European area space. I'm from Italy, and
Yeah,
here the Mica it's the same way of France. We are really neighborhood.
yeah, and
Uh,
and also I think it's important for any project, because if at certain point of time your project is assimilate to illicit transaction or money laundering or whatever, your project is dead.
yeah,
Nobody
sure.
will come back to your project. So yeah,
Many times they're trying to build a new token to release
yeah,
the the holders, but then if you are in this point, you are messed up.
yeah,
So
exactly.
better close.
It's dependent. It's dependent of your point of view. If you have a long-term point of view like us or Libertum, it's not possible. However, for people who just want to get
Yeah,
money at a short-term period, that just yeah. But
sure. I'm so curious about if you give us three key points you shared as a vision with Libertum. What kind of points they are in the long term, of course, in the long run.
yeah, key points about Libertum, you think?
Yeah,
You
your
said
vision, Legity and
yeah,
Libertum.
yeah. I think the key point is for sure to build on the long term together. Very innovative yield product on stablecoin. This is the first point. The second point is to build innovation correlated to James, James collateral, and I think there is a way to to find a solution to get some yield, and I think it can be very very interesting
Yeah.
to get some yield on this kind with this kind of collateral. So yeah, mainly that, and to work together to, let's say, continue to educate about RWA, because it's also very important because it's quite technical, RWA, because most of the Web3 industry maybe do not know exactly real world asset, what is it, or financial markets. So I think our role is also to educate, to communicate about that. Yeah,
Yeah, like what we are trying to do also here in the podcast, like
exactly.
bringing the technicals into simple matter, and
Yeah,
and people really and truly appreciate it, because I'm as a customer also, because
yeah,
I'm not a technician,
yeah.
I'm not a developer, and so it gives me the idea and then the trust to invest or educate myself for more, like doing a Dior.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And we say that if my mother can understand, okay, it's okay.
Yeah,
I did a great job.
yeah, sure. That's a famous quote. If you are able to explain to a child of 5 years old,
Yeah, exactly.
you're good. You're good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So, based on your experience in the Web3, is really was a long way to this, but that's the main years are coming right now,
Yeah.
effectively. What kind of advice you will give a new projects building right now, entering right now the marketplace? What kind of advice?
It's always a tough question, to do that because
Yeah,
yeah, I, I think if you really want to build a good project and all, you just have to to keep in mind that it takes time. You cannot build, or otherwise you can launch, a meme coin over a weekend, but it's not really something very positive for the industry. It's just, a quick, and it's not a project for me, just launching a meme coin. But if you want to launch a project, it takes time. And I think there is two important things to keep in mind. The first one is it's about the team, because the project is nothing without team. So to build your team, it's I think it's the most important part of the future of a project. So you need to make sure that everyone is aligned on the vision, everyone is committed on the long term.
Also the
Um,
communication, because
yeah, on the
communication
mission.
plays
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's complicated, and to find the right partner, the right team member, associated, so on. It's complicated. It can be complicated because everyone has his own, let's say, um, vision or its own objective. So it's complicated to align everything, but it's key for a project,
Okay.
and also thinking to build, a strong partnership, long-term partnership, like we are doing right now with Libertum, um, because you can create much more value by interacting with other projects, and especially in DeFi, because you have all this composability, in DeFi, where you can build on each other, let's say, because Ledgity can build on your protocol and vice versa. So partner is very important because it can help you to scale at certain point of time when you are ready, and also to give you visibility on your project. So yeah, maybe take your time, select your team and your partner associate, and partnership as well, yeah, with other players.
They're really precious advice, and I 100% shared those, because the long term is always the winning topic for
Yeah, it's not the simple one, the simplest one, but it's the winning one. Yeah,
hard
in
when
the
you
long term.
have like Ledgity and Libertum, the shared vision,
Yeah.
the certification, the strong team.
Yes.
That's really actually difficult to not grow and to not do good for the environment. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, agree.
So
And we are here for Ledgity is here for a long time now. So and we are here because we have this vision and this also commitment, on the long term for creating innovation and building products. Yeah.
sure. Thank you, Pierre. We have really finished the questions. If you have more tips or insights you want to share or thoughts, I don't know.
No, but to the audience, just do not hesitate to look at our social media, X and Telegram account to have more information about Legity, and we would be happy also to answer to all questions that the audience can have later.
Yeah, perfect. We will also add all the socials and the links in the description of the video. We are live on YouTube right now. And
Perfect.
guys, check everything and you will see the actual words of Pierre in the project. So I'm so happy of having you today and wish you the best luck.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, and we are very excited to continue this collaboration with Libertum and to work on that. Yeah.
Great. Bye, Pierre.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.